Duke Luca Abel tore down the original palace in Karnaca, where his father once pinned a medal to my chest. Over the ruins, the Duke built a structure that cost enough to feed everyone in Serkonos for years. A sprawling estate to humble all others, a monument to his ego. I owe it to the people of my homeland to make this right. In Dunwall, we were content to look the other way as long as the silver kept flowing. I've got to get inside the Grand Palace, deal with the Duke, and find a way to steal Delilah's soul.
Can you feel it? This is my last night. Soon, I'll dissolve into the great nothing.
You deserve peace, my love.
I've stayed too long. Find Delilah's spirit. Trap her with this cage of dead flesh. Set me free.
I don't understand.
You will, very soon.
I can't believe it's taken this long for someone to go after the Duke. Another aristocratic boss, living in a palace and sucking the marrow out of the same people who built it.
Yes, I regret my affiliation with the young Duke, but his father and I were close. It was my hope that Luca would eventually grow up and learn that his actions as ruler of Serkonos have very real consequences.
He could always count on the backing of Dunwall's finances and navy. Maybe without that, he would have developed a healthy respect for the people of Serkonos. Fear of the executioner's block has been a fine motivator for many a ruler.
Once the Duke falls, it's my hope that we can build something better here. Something more representative and inclusive.
Are you ready for this?
I've broken into palaces before. They're made to keep out armies. Stopping a single man who's dedicated to his cause, that's another story altogether.
Getting inside might not be the hard part. The Duke doesn't exactly run a tight ship.
Taking down Duke Abel is only part of the puzzle. You've also got to find whatever it is he's keeping for Delilah.
You were cryptic about what you gleaned from visiting the Dust District, which is fine. The world is better with a hint of mystery. But once you're inside the Grand Palace, whatever you do could affect things in Karnaca for years to come. Remember that.
I've got a map of the Grand Palace for you, and I know something that may be useful. There's a hidden lever in the pantry that opens a passage to the Duke's vault. If he's keeping anything precious for Delilah, I suspect that's where it'll be. Beyond that, good hunting.
I'll see what I can do. I know things in Karnaca are fragile. Emily and I have a lot to think about after all this is done.
Huh?
Now that things have changed, Stilton might be able to make a difference after the Duke falls. I hope Paolo can revive the spirits of the people in Karnaca. As much as I hate to say it, Karnaca needs a man like Byrne. I guess Duke Abel felt all right tearing down the old palace. I have fond memories of that place.
Empress Jessamine herself once offered me a suite at Dunwall Tower, complete with a laboratory and the finest apparatus in the Isles. I declined, of course. I'm not some conjurer from penny novels. Besides, I have a great fondness for my privacy, and my interests often find me coming and going in the odd hours of night. It's hard not to consider what might have been different had I plotted a different course through my early years. Was there something I might have said or done when Delilah was my apprentice that could have prevented all this? Or is character a fixed star we must all follow in darkness?
Now we're going after the one who started it all. The Duke himself. I forgot the thrill of it. Planning drop-off points, and picking the approach. Thinking about the best ways to kill somebody who lives behind high walls. But with the excitement, there's a black echo that comes back to me for what I did at Dunwall Tower. If anyone deserves killing, though, it's Duke Luca Abel. I've loved a number of women, and even a couple of men. But I've never loved anyone like my Deirdre. After I left home, those first years on the streets, she's all that kept me from the bottom of the river. I could sleep on a pile of garbage under a leaky awning as long as she was there with me. Sharing a tin of potted meat or a bottle of brandy that we nicked during the day. The Duke and his little brother came through Dunwall. And Deirdre and I got in their way as they stepped out of their fancy coach. The Duke goaded his brother, calling us wharf roaches. And it was the brother who swung the stick that killed her. Splitting her skull, there were wooden gazelles on top of the coach. And I snapped one off and drove it into his eye, as deep as it would go. Deirdre was already gone. Dead as a doornail. Lying in the muck, staring up at the gray Dunwall sky. On the run after that. I was hunted by the City Watch and even members of the Grand Guard up from Serkonos. People looked at me like I was cursed, spitting whenever I got close. Everyone knew I'd bring trouble. Even the gangs. The Duke's brother has been dead for a long time. But now's my chance to get back at Luca Abel for setting him off against pretty, young Deirdre. Nothing was the same for me after they took her away.
Ready to visit the Duke?
Time to get going.
At the palace, the Duke has a look-alike body double, meant to confuse assassins. A friend of mine washes the linens and said the double is a smoker, if that helps. Maybe you can talk to him. She says he's a nice guy. What a shitty job, pretending to be a tyrant like Duke Luca Abel.
Why don't they just overthrow him?
He's got an army, control of the mines, and he's had your support from the capital. At the Duke's parties, people carve up the country while eating boiled crab.
There were parties like that in Dunwall. Toadies sucking up to Emily made me want to be back on the streets in Serkonos.
You're forgetting what that's like. I watched those party lights from the roof of the abandoned butcher shop where I slept, in the flooded district.
I know you struggled. After years at court, I'm a nobody again. But what I've seen here will stay with me when I return to Dunwall Tower. Being in Karnaca again has given me perspective.
Good. After you've eliminated the Duke, find what he's holding for Delilah and take it. When you're finished, I'll pick you up in the skiff.
Stuff comes in, it's got to get where it's going. That's why they call it the black market. Can't just sit here. Too much chance a Grand Guard catches on to us, or maybe rightful owners coming to pick it up.
What's the delay getting it to the shop? Bet you're afraid we'll get caught?
The guy that runs the shop is nervous. But if they just let us move it straight off the boat. Now, I got a friend over at the shop. Been running protection for black market shops for years here in Karnaca and over at Colorado. So there's basically no risk.
What's your friend's name?
That's a secret. These guys deal with me and nobody else. Job security.
Given ample warning. You should have relocated, sir.
There are 3 ridiculous decrees a week. I never thought this would actually happen.
Well, it has. Now let us work. So you say the boat's moored in the bay and they haven't paid any taxes?
Exactly.
They'll pay for that. We should go out there and get our due.
are still waging war against the Howlers in the Dust District, despite everything else going on. That's what happens when you've got someone like the Duke running things.
Things are about to change in Karnaca. I can feel it. My husband's been trying to sell our woodworking shop. If we can, we're packing up the kids and relocating to Morley. Gristle's in chaos with everyone fighting over the new Empress, and Tivia's too cold.
Anyway, I'm not the one who did the kissing.
No.
There's no such permit, Captain. I know the laws in Karnaca.
Laws change. The Duke's given the Grand Guard leeway to create new fees when needed. You know who else had a nice shop? That clockmaker.
Serafina? Her shop burned down.
Yeah, my report said it was probably the Howlers. But no one knows how the fire started.
Captain, her brother died in that fire.
Asleep inside, drunk from what I remember. You've got until tomorrow to pay up.
See, I told you.
Ah, no, you bastard!
Damn it!
Yes! Be good to me.
Open up. I cut the code, but it's back on the boat.
No exceptions. Either you have the code or I assume something's off. My boss's orders.
Damn you, open this door.
You know I won't do this. You're wasting time.
You're back at the heart of your homeland. A bigger, better palace than the one you sailed away from so long ago. Feeling nostalgic? Will you ever be comfortable in Dunwall again? Assuming you make it back? You've seen the suffering here, the decay, but, dear Corvo, would you even have lifted a finger if the Duke hadn't put Emily in harm's way? Be honest now. In any case, I know what you're after. The heart you carry can only hold one spirit at a time. So, if you want to walk out with a piece of Delilah, you better be ready to leave something behind.
Covering your face won't make the Grand Guard happy. How come you never eat with us when we're working through this district?
Yeah, there's this old lady I helped a few weeks back. One of those bastards from the Grand Guard was harassing her for some stupid tax she had to pay to live this close to the palace. I guess she wasn't good enough for the neighborhood.
Seriously, those cockchafers have no respect.
Yeah, I helped her out. Dropped a brick on the guy's head from the window. He doesn't come around anymore. Can't even talk, I've heard. So now she makes lunch for me once a week, fights me inside, where she's got some old silverware and a few family portraits. Nice stuff.
It might have been cheaper to pay the tax.
Yeah. But for her, it was the principle of the matter.
I'll get the
Thinking of
cigars
having a
tomorrow.
picnic soon.
Want to buy one?
Hey, I don't think so.
I must have a talk with the cook. That did not taste anything like...
We're playing dice tonight. Are you in?
That's what I want.
wonder who that was.
No.
Cities and fields of rye, no hide.
Welcome. Please be at ease. Our establishment is secure. Very good. Let's see. I have some upgrade plans for your gear. A deal well made. A pleasure to do business. I hear yesterday was quite a night at the palace.
I mean, when's this gonna stop? This is just ridiculous. It's crazy. I mean, who does this? This is ridiculous.
Perhaps I should close the shop until the dust settles.
Wild mimosas are in bloom. Let's organize an outing.
What's wrong with this city?
Let's see what this says.
This whole setup is a huge pain in the ass. Timing windows that ignore the tides, fake boat manifests, and private door codes. Might be easier just to play it straight. Pick up and deliver goods. Anyway, so I don't forget it. The code for the black market shop is Sir Conan wine is better than Tibian prisons. Idiots.
2 coins for that game plan? Well, no more, thank you. Place is a dumping.
Hey, I guess now I just...
Give Daddy what he wants.
Sir Conan wine is better than Tibian prisons.
And better Crystolian clap than Morellian gout. All right. To think my father was the official...
Oh, no,
Yes!
you bastard!
What's the matter? You look pissed off.
Yeah, you bet I am. I just got the answer about my transfer inland. Relocation denied.
Look on the bright side. The pay is better here than anywhere else, and we get to do the job how we see fit. Nobody's pestering us with forms and procedures anymore. We collect the fees we want and give out the beatings when they're needed.
I just don't want my kids growing up here. It's too dangerous.
Then reapply next month. The command staff changes constantly. New officers, new rules. And spread a few coins here and there among the officers.
I miss swimming. I was good, you know. Some of us used to give lessons at Addermeyer, back when it was open to the public. Different city in those days.
Didn't know that. Man, you sure had a lot of different jobs.
Guess so. I don't miss brining hagfish. Hands in salt all day, nails bleeding, choking on the factory air.
At least when you joined the Grand Guard, you got a really soft position near the palace.
You might change your mind about that after you've been here a while. Sometimes the Duke's friends do some strange shit.
Really? Like what?
One night, someone up there decided it'd be funny to throw down food at us. I got hit in the face with a pineapple. Then a whole roasted pig came down and split the boat in half. It was raining apples and meat pies. All sorts of nice food floating around in the water.
Damn, with people in the city starving. Life's just not the same when you live up there, is it?
I can feel her presence.
The palace. Maybe I can find another way to neutralize the Duke.
You're not losing your nerve, I hope.
No, not at all. But how do you know which one is the Duke? I don't know where they found that guy with the political decoy job, but he looks and acts just like the Duke. I can't tell them apart.
There are subtle differences.
All right. Assuming you can pick out Duke Luca, how are we going to get his key?
You leave that to me. Who knows what he's got in that vault? We'll be halfway to Bristol and rich before he's nursing the next day's hangover.
Yeah, that's a good plan, the way this place is run. And you're sure he always keeps the key with him?
I'm sure. We'll do it tomorrow night when there's only one squad scheduled for patrol. Just be ready.
Do you know who's assigned to protect the Duke's quarters tonight?
Nope. As long as it's not me, I don't care. It's never any fun.
I'm not sure who's worse, the Duke or his body double. One's half likely to have you flogged for looking at him wrong. The other might just bore you to death.
running into
I heard blood flow. It hurts more. My feet or my neck. They're running me into an early grave. I can only carry one tray at a time. I'm only human.
More bad things have happened here in the last 5 years than in all the years of my life before that. I know that much. They can rot in the void for all I care. I've got enough to worry about without their constant complaining. Isn't it dinner time yet? A man could starve on this shift. Filthy air. Disgusting. Can't be good for you.
Is that my breath I'm smelling? Maybe my teeth are due for their monthly cleaning.
Why would he say that? Makes no sense. Anyway, I'm not the one who did the kissing.
Waste my time on something like this. What time would be wasted? Ridiculous. Why would they even bother me? It's not me. Of course it's them. Not me. Of course it's them. Why would it ever be me? These two seem like such an unlikely match. How would end between them, I wonder?
You never earned those medals. I'm twice the soldier he is. Someone should say something. Not worth a thing. You can tell he's no
held
good.
Such contempt for me. Why? I stayed hidden the entire time she was here. Leave me. I want to be alone with my thoughts.
An entire shipment of werewolf
For a bottle of
just
pear
gone.
soda.
Taken right from under their nose.
Being put up on the scale like some prize bull each week. Told to gain a pound or two to keep up with the good Duke. No offer to bow or kiss my hand.
I'm not that kind of visitor.
A mystery. Let's have it then. Who are you and what do you want?
You're the Duke's double, aren't you? I'm here to take him down, but I might need your help. Do you want to listen to what I have to say?
All right, you've figured it out. But if you're not here to assassinate the Duke, what do you want?
I have no doubt that you'd be a more agreeable Duke than Luca Abel. If I wanted to depose him without having to cut out his heart, could you convince people that you are the Duke?
That's bold. I have to admit it's crossed my mind. If people believed that I was actually Duke Abel, and that he was the political decoy, we could have him committed for lunacy. We could convince everyone that the double's finally lost his mind and believes he's the Duke. I've spent years perfecting my performance. But there's a catch. He's got a medallion that I need. Even if I sound convincing, which should be the easy part, his Grand Guard officers will ask to see the medallion as proof. Luca never puts it aside.
All right. It shouldn't take me long. Once it's done, I'll be leaving the city. Soon after, I'll send instructions from Dunwall, and I'll expect a great deal of flexibility and cooperation on your part. There's still time to pull Serkonos back from the edge of the cliff. We can undo the damage Duke Abel has inflicted.
I'd like that. But I'll guide Serkonos in the ways I see fit for the people here, not as the hand-chosen puppet of your empire. If you agree with that, just render the Duke unconscious and bring him to his chambers. I'll handle the rest.
I need a win. Come on! He says, I am.
Of course, the Duke kept some of the clockwork soldiers for himself.
The machine has completed another full instruction set. The machine...
Duke Luca Abel.
If this plays, the machine is recharging. Playback indicates some detection without certainty.
Confused by your most recent response. The Duke was, well, he was furious. He sent me to interview you about your progress.
One of the maids took me for a walk. We dug beetles in the park with shiny green shells.
I don't understand, Mr. Jindosh. Working with Anton Sokolov, were you successful at lowering the cost of clockwork soldier production? The Duke is expecting a reduction of 80 to 90% based on your own estimates.
She let me keep a few of them in a jar. I pulled off their legs.
That's interesting. Let me remind you, as Grand Inventor, you've been given everything you requested. But with that comes a responsibility for deadlines, an expectation of progress.
Wait, I remember the undertaking you're talking about now. Yes, yes.
Excellent. So what can I tell the Duke?
I had a visitor, I think. Or maybe they came for Sokolov. It's hard to recall the details. Anton wouldn't help, but I was close to finding a way to... The difference engine is inscribed in copper along the concave surface of the inner head mechanism. But wait. I can't. It slips away. The beetles we found today, I'm going to give them all names.
This is useless. What am I going to tell Duke Luca?
It feels like we're living in an age of wonders. No plague, no war, no taxes, if you know the right people. New machines and new ideas. We eat the finest foods and we're guests in the Grand Palace.
For weeks now.
The old woman living in the alley behind my apartment died the other night. Did I tell you? The Grand Guard took her yarn shop, thanks to one of the Duke's new decrees. And her drinking well was tainted.
And that's why you don't get invited to half the parties I attend. Such gloomy thoughts.
In this part Lord Thomas.
What was that?
Why can't they keep...
If the old Duke could only see this. Wasteful expense, wanton flesh.
And such terrible wines. At least he knew better than to serve Tivian with hagfish.
Joke if you want to. Our new Duke spends more in 1 month than his father spent in a year. Old Theodanis Abel was tight with the coin.
Why worry? When the war is done, we'll have it back tenfold in tribute. This is the Circonan age, my friend. The age of Luca Abelli. Enjoy it.
The old Duke?
The old Duke was wise. Yes, the old Duke was careful. But the new Duke dragged the Empress off her throne and gave us the Isles. So tell me, who's the better man? What would you do if you were the Duchess of Serkonos or some other ruler, the Queen of Morley or even the Empress?
More of what I already do. Screwing, eating fine meals, smoking the best haberweed. And when I wasn't doing that, I'd be buying exotic furniture from Tivia, having my apartments redecorated.
So you wouldn't really change much?
No, of course not. What's the point of having power if you can't just do whatever you want?
At a week's wages, this is the worst choice.
It must be nice to be on the Duke's payroll.
My vest has a wrinkle. Do it yourself then, if it's gotta be so bleeding perfect.
Damn it. I need to pee.
Leave me. I want to be alone with my thoughts. Dunwall's always been a place of strange luck for me. My poor brother died there.
But that's where I met
It don't look so disappointed.
Lick spittles. At least I want one of them.
This must be the key to the Duke's vault. Delilah Copper Spoon.
No offer to bow or kiss my hand?
I'm not that kind of visitor.
A mystery. Let's have it then. Who are you and what do you want?
Luca, I knew your father, and he'd approve of what I'm about to do to you. Your crimes against the rightful Empress can't be forgiven.
I assure you, there is only one true empress in my heart, and her name is Delilah.
When I first met with my inner circle, I saw nervous faces. Even the boldest were afraid, wondering if we'd live to see another feast. Now Serkonis is ascendant, but this is a story that began long years before. I knew Delilah when I was only a boy, and even after she was lost, dead, and gone from the world, her memory burned in my mind. Until finally I began to hear her whispering, calling to me from the void. Telling her story of growing up in Dunwall Tower and the half-sister who cheated her of her throne. Then she told me there was a way to bring her home. Delilah. Beautiful. Immortal.
Put him there, on the bed.
All right, it's...
That's it then. Now it's up to me. I'll take the medallion and call them.
I'll be watching. Break a leg.
Don't worry. I've spent years mimicking this asshole. Captain Almeida, come at once to my chambers. There's a problem. Quick, hide up there.
Your Eminence, are you all right?
Yes, Captain. Please arrest this clown. Seems that he took his role a little too seriously. Get your hands off me! Poor man. He served me well for years. We'll never find anyone else who so bears my resemblance. Take him away, Captain, but be gentle.
I think I understand, Your Eminence. We'll handle it.
What? This is outrageous. I'll have you all skinned alive and set in a salt bath. If only there was something we could do for him. I suppose all those years pretending he was me, that eventually took its toll. No! Stop! I am the Duke of Serkonis! You can't do this!
Dr. Hypatia at Adamire will know what to do with the poor man.
after last time.
This shirt reeks. I gotta get a spare uniform.
What was that again?
What's that?
I've always hoped I'd see the other isles. I've heard the wages in Tivia are twice what we make here.
Weeks of puking up hardtack on a ship just to freeze your ass off in some northern port? Besides, we make more here in Karnaca with on-the-spot taxes and fees.
Maybe. It is nice having discretionary jurisdiction here. Less paperwork. But think about it. No blood flies, no howlers.
You don't think they have gangs up in Tivia? It's dark for half the year up there. Trust me, you're better off here.
Let's see what Duke Bell keeps hidden away in here. The Duke's vault.
Rotations. Reintroducing graphite. Still idling? Take this opportunity to back-charge second coil.
Delilah Copper Spoon. This is the thing Ashworth made to hold Delilah's spirit.
This is it. You must release me from this dead vessel. Only then will you be able to trap Delilah's spirit.
Jessamine, your spirit comforts me. How can I let you go?
I've given you all I can, my love. Tried to guide you. Now our daughter will need you.
Be at peace, my dear Empress. Star of my sky.
Corvo, your eyes, your hands, your heart. With my last thought, I love
you. Then it's done. Now it's time to return Delilah's soul.
What is this? The heart of my half-sister? Only her flesh remains.
Maybe Delilah's spirit was holding it together. Some kind of decorative animal.
Check central rotor.
That should do it.
Okay, the machine has detected something.
Who's there?
People of Karnaca, this is Corvo Atano, Royal Protector for your rightful ruler, Empress Emily Caldwin. I'm here in the city of my birth to set things right with the Duke of Serkonos, Luca Abel, who has of late been deceived by the pretender to the imperial throne, Delilah Copperspoon. Duke Abel and I are old friends, and in his heart he is a loyal ally and servant to the Empire. I am Sir Conan, and your blood flows through my veins. I will leave you and return to Dunwall, but know this. We have parleyed, and the Duke now understands the crisis in full. My hope is to restore your true Empress to the throne with haste. I bid you farewell, and ask you to maintain your faith and loyalty to the Empire.
Machine is experiencing uncertainty.
One tray. Do they think there are two of me?
So, is that it? The fall of Karnaca?
The Duke's had a change of heart. Things are shifting.
Back to the Dreadful Wale, then, and on toward Dunwall.
It looks that way. To find a way to help Emily, and to give her back the throne.
Ready then?
Come on, let's leave this place.
All right. As you want.